Besides a great-looking lawn and backyard, nothing brings people together quite like food. And there's nothing better than preparing it in the comfort of your own backyard. I'm David Bancroft. Join me and fellow chefs as we heat up the grill, stoke the fire, and throw on a prime cut. Hey y'all, welcome to today's episode of Prime Cuts, where we're going to be highlighting a backyard staple, chicken. But before we get to the meat of things, I'd like to introduce our guest chef, a 5-time semifinalist, 2-time finalist, and the winner of the 2017 Best Chef Midwest, Kevin Nashan.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Chef.
Happy to have you here at Bow and Arrow in Auburn, Alabama. Obviously, I know you're a big hunter, but what do you like to hunt the most?
I love game birds the most. I love, chucker, pheasant, quail. Love, smacking some duck, some geese, but I love it.
Well, I love that you're also honoring the fact that sometimes hunting is just hunting. And today we're featuring chicken.
Yes.
Which, secretly, all the chefs, we love chicken too. So what are some of the secrets to your chicken?
I think first and foremost, a brine is the key to a really good insurance policy to a delicious bite of chicken.
So what is the wrapped full dish here? What all are we featuring with this chicken?
So really simple. We're going to do a little grilled chicken with some Brussels sprouts, some chanterelles, and a little brown butter vinaigrette, kind of creamed it out.
So chanterelles.
Yes.
All right, is that something that you can get locally? Is that something that you forage as well?
Yes, we definitely can get locally, and we do forage it.
I'm really excited to see this dish come together. I say we get cooking.
Let's do it.
So Kevin, we've got 500-degree grill, 750-degree wood-fired oven. What are we doing?
We are gonna get our chicken on.
So we got this beautiful brine. I see you got the Tabasco. How long did you brine this for?
Brine it for about 2 hours. And what we wanna do is we just wanna pat it dry. Get it nice and dry so it caramelizes on that pan, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of saute on the grill behind us. Because I brine it, I really don't like to season it right away because I don't want it to be over seasoned. So from here, we're just gonna go straight into that. You're gonna hear a nice little sizzle in there.
Sizzle.
I always like to kind of put a little weight on it. So I get some parchment.
Okay.
And I take, some of these
Cast
nice
irons.
little cast irons on there, and I just set it right on top, give it a little weight. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna have a nice flat surface area, and it's gonna get really nice caramelized, and it's gonna ensure a delicious bite. So let's get our eggs. So here we have some egg yolks, and I usually go even. I go 3 egg yolks and 3 whole eggs. I take a little Parmesan. This is for a scramble. A little cheese.
That chicken
sizzling
and hissing back there.
It's great. Here's a little cream.
That cream is going to help just from coagulating too much and scrambling hard. This is going to make it custardy.
Custardy, and that's what we want. And so initially, I'll take the whisk and I'll just kind of whisk it all together. And on the cooking process, I like to use a wooden spoon or metal spoon. Doesn't really matter because I want it to be really custardy. I don't want it to be overly airy, and you want that bite just to be really delicious. In our double boiler, which is just a water. We're gonna add our eggs.
So the double boiler just keeps the bowl steaming and not actually direct heat.
It's gentle, correct. So while we're doing that, we're gonna get these Brussels sprouts going. I like to go face down on these Brussels. Nice hot pan. A little salt. Right behind you. Check our chicken over here. Still got some time. All right, how are we doing over here? How are these Brussels?
You can see them caramelizing.
Oh, they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
You got to get that skillet hot.
Hot, hot, hot. What I like to do too is I'd like to give a little flip from here.
Okay.
And see how beautiful they are. And then right there, and then after that little flip.
You smell that char.
Oh, it's great. It's great right there. A little butter. Butter never hurts.
Yeah, if you want to check your eggs here.
Thank you. How are we doing? Oh, they're looking great. You can tell how it's like coagulating.
Yep. So if y'all see here, this double broiler method, you can see that it's just a soft cook. This is just gonna make them super velvety, custardy. Most people would call that almost a soft scrambled egg.
At this point, I like to add a little garlic and thyme. And then look at that bird. You flip that guy over.
Oh wow, look at the color on that bird.
Gorgeous.
It's got a nice
Look at that.
suntan.
It's beautiful. So over here we got our Brussels.
So now in the same pan, you got the melted butter, chanterelles, and what do you
A little
look for?
salt. And all I really want to do is I just want to get, I don't want it too hot.
Yeah.
And I don't want it, not hot enough. If it's not hot enough, they're basically just gonna kind of be really limp and just sweat. Here you want a little texture on them, but I don't want to get color. So what I'm looking for is I'm just kind of do a little almost like a pan roast on there. And you can tell how they're just kind of jumping off, but they're not like just sitting on there.
Yeah. I mean, if y'all could just smell the aroma coming off these chanterelles right here. I mean, this is one of the best and most prized mushrooms in the forest. Jeff, the mushrooms good?
Beautiful. Those chanterelles look great.
Perfect.
These eggs are starting to coagulate. You can see they're really curdy, and it almost looks like grits or polenta at this point. And that's what we want. Super creamy. Oh, and this guy looks great. I do a little baste here.
Oh man, smell the thyme, the aromatics. So if you got rosemary or thyme or any herbs growing in the yard, throw them in the pan at the end just like this.
Absolutely.
You finish up, I mean, you can obviously smell all the toasty butter, the garlic, the thyme. And this is what I've been waiting for, right? So you got the Parmesan, you got that beautiful, beautiful, soft velvety egg, the custard.
Absolutely.
That is excellent.
And at this point, we are just gonna take this guy off. And I like to transfer into a different vessel at this point, and reason being is because it's gonna carry over on the cooking, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna come over here.
So you're just shutting the cooking off immediately.
So it stays that beautiful texture.
So what is this, chef? This looks like a cheat code.
This is a brown butter, and basically it's just a brown butter bits, a little of that chicken stock that we made with the rest of the bones, and just like a little cream in there and a little lemon, and that's it. And just kind of keep it really simple. It's beautiful. It's nice and velvety. And at this point right here, we're gonna.
So that's like buttery gravy on steroids.
It really is. So taste some of that brine chicken there.
Well, that's my nubbin.
You can tell.
I mean, you can see with the brine here how juicy it is. I mean, seared, roasted, you saw how hard it caramelized it, but the brine process helps plump up that bird. It soaks up a lot of the salt. You were saying the capsaicin and the Tabasco.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's so juicy and so good.
That's great.
I mean, you're still picking up some of the nuance and the smoke from the grill, from the lump charcoal.
Got some of our Brussels sprouts. I like a little char on those.
I'm loving the color contrast. Obviously how bright the chicken is. Bright yellow custard with the eggs. And you got that super hard caramelization on the Brussels. And then they're not overcooked either. I mean, they're seared on one side, lightly finished on the other, but then super bright green.
Absolutely.
You got the aromatics from the chanterelles.
And then I like at this point just to kind of pull it in like little areas that you're gonna take little bites out of. That's it. Keep it simple.
Chef, that is beautiful.
Thank you. And I like to put a little Meyer lemon here.
So this is preserved lemon, and it enhances the oil flavor on the outside of this peel here. And it smells like lemon head candy almost. Super, super fragrant. They're salty, lemony, aggressive. So everything about this dish is so delicate. And then you get a punch in the mouth with that preserved Meyer lemon, which is very, very inviting, especially when you've got these custardy eggs, super velvety. You got that toasted brown butter sauce, the nutty aromatic mushrooms that you have, caramelized Brussels, and then Meyer lemon. That's beautiful, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
I'm afraid to touch it.
Don't
It's
be
too
afraid.
pretty.
Don't be afraid.
I say we dig in.
Absolutely.
Now I can tell here that this chicken is so juicy. It's not overcooked. So I mean, what temperature are you shooting for here?
I like to go medium well. You know, that brine's gonna ensure a moist bite, but I like to just go a little under and just kind of keep that nice and juicy.
I'm gonna say you pulled it off like 150, 155,
Yeah.
and you can see it's still properly cooked, even though it's not 165. That's the chef tip. That's how we get juicy chicken. And it is so juicy. That is so good.
Thanks.
I'm not gonna, are you gonna eat any or not?
How are those chanterelles?
So I'm gonna get a chanterelle and a piece of this Meyer lemon right here.
That's the bite.
That is the bite right there. The beautiful apricot-y mushrooms, the intensity of that preserved Meyer lemon. You got the salt punch, you got the kick, but you got the really nice fragrant oil from the lemons there. And then the soft scrambled egg and brown butter. That's the next best bite right there. Super custardy, velvety. You got the toasty, nutty brown butter. I mean, all the bits that came up from searing that chicken, making that sauce. And then you see the super caramelization on the Brussels sprouts here.
Still bright and beautiful.
A bright, got just enough crunch to it. It's not overcooked and soggy. I like my Brussels sprouts cooked hard too, and I really like that. So Chef, this is an amazing dish. I mean, especially the tips on not overcooking the chicken, getting that caramelization on the skin, patting it dry, and not overcooking it. This is beautiful. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all, this is an amazing, amazing backyard dish here. Cooking chicken properly. You can do this at your house. Y'all make sure to catch more episodes of my original X-Mark series, Prime Cuts, at Backyard Life.